The age of starter bases and temporary factories are over. And today, we begin construction on our main base. Hello everyone, I'm Kibitz and welcome back to Satisfactory, where last time we finished off our steel foundry area and automated all of the space elevator parts. So that soon, we're gonna be able to get tiers 5 and 6 and get ourselves some tasty oil. However, that's not gonna be for a little bit here because we only built basic setups for the space elevator parts. But honestly, that's perfect because now we have a great opportunity to start on our main base. Because also last time, we unlocked all the factory building tools, like fences, all the different foundations and pillars, and of course, the windows. So now we can transition from the Mark 1 and Mark 2 starter bases to something a little bit more proper and permanent. And of course, gigantic. Like, take a good look at this desert as it is right now, because we are going to brick it with concrete and just build so much here, it's gonna be like unrecognizable. And for this main base, we're gonna be doing things a little bit differently compared to our previous playthroughs. So in the first playthrough, I kind of built a production line in a box and then just kept stacking the boxes on top of each other until we got this chaotic giant tower. Then in my second playthrough, which was modded, I tried to take a bit of a more organized approach and build it like a puzzle. So like, we got all of the basic systems down, and once we got into late game, we're gonna make it beautiful. But update 3 kind of smashed those plans away. So now in this playthrough, we're gonna build the entire base design, like pretty much the entire look of it, and fill it with machines. And of course, we'll have to modify it here and there. And honestly, this isn't like the best method of base building, but I really want to have something really cool to look at. Like, it's nice staring at the sunrise in the space elevator all the time, but turning around and seeing the garbage, it's not a good time. I want a cool base to look at. And, oh my gosh, a main storage room. Running around just like stealing from machines is no bueno, not a good time. So yeah, we are going to be building a super base today. So remember to leave a like for that, because we are going to get moving and grooving pretty much immediately, because I have prepared a lot for this. So during the live streams, I automated, I think it was like 3 different limestone nodes, and now we have just a horrific amount of concrete. 57,600 concrete ready to go. And that's just for the platforms. Because also I have just a horrific amount of iron plates as well. Oh goodness, 36,000 in fact, from one pure iron node. And we need the iron plates to build walls. And since we have the materials now, I also took a little bit of time to prep out the land. You may have noticed just the random miners just literally all over the place. And that's just so we could find a proper height to start our base at, which is going to be about there. Because at that height, we can build a platform that goes over pretty much all of the miners and all of the sand dunes. And we can make a giant flat slate to start our base from. And honestly, the first floor of the base is just gonna be warehousing. Getting all of the raw materials to the base. That's gonna be it. So we just need just a horrific amount of space for that. And then we'll kind of move on up from there. Oh, and super satisfactory building tip here, but whenever you're building like large, like mega platforms like this, a really good idea is to just have a platform that's just beneath where you want to have your main one, and just walk along and spam click like this. I found this is the fastest way to build these huge platforms, at least in vanilla. Once we have mods, we're not gonna be doing this anymore. All right, easy peasy. And also, another incredibly important tip is how to mass dismantle. So most of you probably know about this, but if you press the delete key, then hold Control, you can go and highlight a ton of things to dismantle. So you don't have to like hold down the mouse button like a million times and hurt your index finger. So this is pretty dang handy. You can also like let go of Control, it'll stay highlighted, and repress it, and there you go, you can kind of just select what you want. So that is super duper handy for those who aren't used to it. Anyway though, that's a pretty good start to things, but we have a lot more desert to cover and many more floors to build, so I'll be back with you in a moment. And right on, we got a decent foundation to start things off with. So this is not the full size of the base, this is just something that we can work with as we develop things further. And now that we have this floor, we can start kind of planning out how everything's gonna lay out. So this is gonna be like the warehousing floor. So like all the nodes that are around us will eventually just end up in here and just get organized to go to next floors. Probably like a smelter floor, and then all of the constructors, and then blah, 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 way up in the sky, wherever that's gonna be. So, right now, we just have to make sure we make the floors at a proper height. Usually, you can just go about 3 tiles high, and you're fine. Because you can fit like the large bins, you can fit like most of the machines. But just to give us a couple more options in the future, we're gonna make this floor 5 tall. In case we make like a large bin, and for whatever reason, we need to get like on top of it, we have a little bit more space then to move a couple belts over top. And it gives us more options, you know? More space, the better. So that's for this floor. Then for the next floor, we're still wanting to import and deal with raw materials and stuff like that. So on the next floor, we're gonna be dealing with trains. So again, it's gonna be similar to this, and we're just gonna need tons and tons of space. And for this train station floor, it's looking like we need about 6 wall tiles of height in order to build above them. So that's how tall the floor is gonna be. And with that measurement, we end up with something like this. So we have our bottom floor for the warehouse, middle floor for trains, and then up above, things can start to get a little spicy. And this is where we wanna really think about our base's design. And I already have like it's a pretty decent idea here. And the design is particularly inspired by the space elevator. Like, it's one of the coolest things in any video game I've ever played. Like, you build this huge foundation, and then like, out of the heavens comes this massive claw that hooks together with it. Like, it's amazing. I don't need to tell you this. Everybody knows. It's like one of the coolest things ever. And I really like this base in particular. It's like this anchor to the world, a world anchor that slowly but surely is stealing all the resources from the planet and setting them up to project assembly. And that's kind of what we're doing with our base too. So I want to try and make this base feel like it's anchored to the planet. Like I guess a tick. Or no, let's just describe it as a world anchor, yeah, a world anchor. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add on these really cool diagonal foundations. These really cool and thick diagonal foundations. And we'll kind of have these pillars here kind of slope into the main build, where they'll go to another support pillar, and these will support the actual main base, where we're gonna have like all of our constructors and things of that nature. Hopefully this looks pretty cool. Oh, and you better believe it looks good, brother. So now we can just copy that all around this giant square we've made, and evenly space them out. And of course, since it's just a square, we can always add on to like each of the ends to make things work, and yeah, it'll take a bit, but whoa, this is gonna look so good. It's gonna look so good, brother. However, maybe we should make it taller? It seems kind of like stubby. Like it's huge, but considering how big the base is gonna be, let me see here. Let's check it out from the side. It's all gonna be filled in from the side. So yeah, it's a little stubby. So I'll mess around with it a little bit more here. But this is the general idea. Oh my God, so things have been tweaked, things have been nudged, and things are looking incredible. Oh my goodness, what a cool start to our base. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's like this claw just grasping the planet. And the scale's insane too. I have some of the miners that are just down there, and it's like, oh, hey, that's just like one leg of the base. Little miner's like, bruh, WTF. Oh yeah, this is a good start. Very good start. Now we have to transition from this kind of boring square part into the actual tower. So, two things. One is, I don't want to die. I've died actually quite a few times building this. No jetpack, big buildings, bad time. But anyway, next thing we need to do is make a centerpiece. Surprisingly, I don't want the space elevator to be the centerpiece. I want there to be like a giant window. Because now that we have all the different wall types and windows, it's like, bruh, I'm gonna look out a window. For sure. So giant window, definitely in the middle here. Maybe like a giant balcony for me as well, so when we look out at the world we're destroying, it's kind of neat. Something like that. And then as for these in-between parts here, we're just gonna leave them for now because there's gonna be like tons of belts and trains and all the jazz running in between all of these pillars here. So we don't really need to worry about it. It'll kind of like detail itself. Hopefully, maybe, I don't know. We're just gonna keep moving and grooving. Okay, so we got a window now, but I don't think it looks good. I think I goofed something here. Initially, I wanted this window to kind of like stick out of the build and have the main walls of the factory kind of indented. But looking at this, it's like, it's too close to the ground for something so major, right? So I think I'm gonna do like another like mini platform inside this platform and raise this up a bit. Maybe even make it a little bit more narrow. It's too wide as well. Yep, it's the right track, but it's just not right. It's just such a shame that such a small change is actually such a big problem. But it gotta be done. Today is the day for it. And eventually we'll make it look good. And also, I'm kinda done with like the whole space elevator thing. Like I just wanted this kind of design for the base here. For the rest of this, it's just gonna kinda look like a normal building. And once more of it's built, we'll change things and make things a little bit more spicy as it develops. Okay, so another seemingly small change that actually takes several hours is done. Oh gosh, and problems galore. It's actually just one problem. It's the windows. I have been building a lot, and when you're close to the windows, is like they become transparent. So it like loads them all in together, and it's very, very laggy. Like as I'm running through like all these travel or hyper tubes all over the place, I can feel them loading and unloading. So it's like jittery. Well, the game is. So that's not very good. I think we're going to ditch the window idea and just do something else as a centerpiece. Maybe, you know, ye ol' space elevator could go there? Huh? Yeah? And then, I don't know what else to do with the rest of the base. I'm gonna give it just like a bunch of hours, see how it looks, and then we'll start moving the Mark 1 and 2 starter bases into this bad boy and make our first storage room. So the base is actually usable. Oh wow, okay, so yeah, it ended up being like another 6 hours working on the base, and I'm starting to lose my mind just a little bit. But it's been worth it. It's been worth it, because oh my god, is this not the coolest base you have ever seen in your life? I am omega pleased with how this is turning out. And it's not even done. This is like just a shell. There's gonna be hypertubes everywhere, power lines, machines, the works. It's gonna look just so much better once we actually move all of our junk into it. And yeah, I'm pleased. Also, this part, like with the yellow, imagine that like stacked up 3 times, so like 3 times the height, like up to there. That's probably gonna be like the height of the base too, if not taller, who knows? There is a world to conquer and literally thousands of machines to put in here. So it is gonna get much more spicy, let me tell you. But already I am just ecstatic. Really cool things that I like about the base here is that I use these foundation pillars just up in the front to block off some balconies I hid behind here. And it adds like a lot of depth and there's a lot of detail there. I used the foundations, just these guys behind as well, to make a nice contrast with the silver pillars and the dark gray wall behind. That looks great. I use the bright silver walls to kind of work as a trim throughout the base too. Looking cool, looking cool. Yeah, it's simple. It really just needs like a lot more like conveyor belts, lifts, and the jazz to make it really come to life. Oh, and also, the middle here. So, I was really thinking of having the space elevator in the middle there, but I've decided against it now. It looks too good. I'm just gonna say it just looks too good. This thing, very blocky. Not a lot of like fine details to it. This is like a hyper elegant swan painted by like, I don't know, insert famous painter here. It's a masterpiece. And I think the contrast would be too much with our base right now. Maybe later after we add in more belts and stuff, it'd look cool, but not right now. Also, yeah, it is blocky, but imagine this as like a shell again. There's going to be much, much, much more detail when we add in like hypertubes and belts and the whatnot. But this is a very cool looking shell. I am very proud of it. But don't get too attached, I might change stuff. Also, give me any feedback as well, because I'm always interested to hear your guys' opinions. I was working on this during a live stream and got many good ideas from that, so I'm interested to see what you might say about it in the comments below. Anyway though, I have been building so many foundations. It is time to do some detailing work, and by detailing work, I mean making our central hub. So the place where we are always gonna end up, where we're always gonna grab like all of our materials from, and an area that's close to our hypertube hub terminal. Because all these hypertubes that are around right now, they're just for like helping with me build. All of them will be deleted. And soon, we're gonna build something extraordinarily cool for the hypertubes. But first off, storage room area. It's gonna be here. This is like right at the base of the centerpiece area, and it's gonna be pretty simple. There's not all too much you can really do with a storage room. And honestly, in my opinion, it's more important to have a practical storage room because we're gonna be here just an insane amount. So I wanna be like in and out as fast as possible. We are gonna do something kinda interesting though, and that is that we're gonna allow our storage room items to overflow into resource sinks, which is like a pretty simple concept, but the design, it needs to be pretty nifty and convenient. So we always want our storage bins to be these mini ones because we can fill like half our inventory. And that's super handy because then we can like fill half our inventory with like concrete, half of it with iron plates, and we're good to go. And that is really, really handy for when you're building massive projects like this one. So we always want to do that with like all items. So what I've done is the exit for the mini one is going out towards here. And this is kind of where we're gonna be walking and rocking and rolling. And then this bin will feed the mini bin here. So just a belt right back there, easy peasy. In fact, right at the front here, we could have a belt going out and even showing off like what items inside, if we want to. Maybe. I usually just like using like my delete key thing to see what's inside bins, and that usually works out a little bit better. But hey, it's nice to have options. That's kind of like a theme of this base, is just allowing us options in the future. But now, this is where things get cool here. So all of the items have to start in here, and then they go into this bin. Well, all of the items will enter the top bin from the floor above. And we're gonna have a glass floor with all the belts that will enter our storage room. And we'll have the conveyor lifts like drag stuff from this floor. So we'll be able to like look up and see like the underside of like a million conveyor belts moving and grooving all over the place. Which should be interesting. It's a little different, you know? Usually you're looking down, this time you're looking under a belt. Yeah, it's neat. And also, now we have a little bit more room over here. So we're gonna add in one more little half floor. And at this point, we'll just have like a Mark I conveyor belt come over this way onto this platform here. And it will merge together with all of the other items in our storage room and go to an item sink. So it's not gonna be fast, and this whole thing will get overloaded very quick, but that's okay, because this is a storage room, and we'll get our stuff stored. We'll have a backup storage here, that will constantly be refilled and making us points too. So yeah, times this by like, I don't know, 20 different items, and things will be moving and grooving. And yeah, that was really straightforward. So now everything just combines together and we'll go to a resource sink somewhere behind here. And we kind of need to make like some kind of lab room or something, because we need to have the awesome shop here, an awesome sink, probably a M.A.M, and also a craft bench and equipment workshop. I'm not sure about the hub though. I think we might have that somewhere else, along with a space elevator. Still kind of thinking on those. But oh, while I was thinking and messing around, I have made a very, very cool discovery. And that is an excellent way to kind of display items from storage bins. So like I was saying before, I usually just like to use the dismantle key to see what's in bins, because if you just do this belt thing and have the belt out just a little bit, it kind of looks tacky. And when you get rid of that, it's like a little goofy tongue sticking out. I don't like it. But the main thing is when you're trying to go from like bin to bin to bin, you can get stuck on this and it's incredibly annoying. Because you just wanna move, you wanna groove, you wanna get to your items, and you wanna go work on your project. Well, I have found a solution. A extremely good solution that also looks fantastic. Oh yes, this storage room, it's looking good, eh? But this is the solution here. We have the belt go into essentially the ground. So now, when we put like flat items on it, look at that, you can see them extremely clearly. Some end up on the ground, but that's okay, because it is so practical and it is so easy to just go from bin to bin, because they don't catch you. Like worst off, you kind of see there, we kind of just like move up them a tiny bit. Whoa, and it's like flush with the floor, and whoa, I'm just so impressed with it. Oh. It's not perfect though. There are a few problems, like with the wire in particular. It looks kind of weird. I'm sure with the steel pipes it's gonna look odd too, and probably with a few other items. So we might have to switch things up, but we can kind of see how we feel about that later. Right now, I like it a lot, and we are absolutely keeping it. And super quick, I can show you how to make this. It's not too bad, a little finicky, but all you do here is first you need to have your bin down, so it's on the two platforms just like this with this line in the middle. Then you need this half foundation in front of it, and then you want to build it underneath. All right, you following? Excellent. You then grab the walkway crossing, and you just want to build that where the platform's supposed to be. And from there, you want to just have the conveyor pull, and this is where it's a little finicky, but you want to have it just on the edge of the kind of silver line there. Just build it, and then you can connect the belt essentially through the floor. And that's how you get the look. Then you just make the floor in front flush, and boom! You're good, you're rocking, you're rolling, your storage room looking amazing. And yeah, I can really get used to this. Oh my God, yep. I like this a lot. Even that mountain kind of lines up back there. It's so photogenic. Nice. It's a shame we're not actually gonna be looking at it from this angle much. We're usually gonna come in from down this way and enter here. So we need the back end to look really good. And I think there's only one thing we can do, and that is have the M.A.M back here. The M.A.M, in my opinion, is like the coolest looking machine. I love how this thing looks. So we're gonna have it front and center. Just right there. But it's really small. So we gotta do a little bit more to it. I think it's pretty simple. We'll just surround it with a few walls to kind of box it in a bit, and we can add some storage around it as well. Ooh, ooh, and great idea here. Fantastic idea. We can make some shelving units. So check this out. If you've never made shelves in this game, tutorial video today. But we make a platform just like the normal one. What is this, 2 meter tall? Yeah. Then you go to organization, you get a personal storage box, and you build these here. So let's just try 3. You delete the foundation, you go into logistics and build the stackable conveyor poles, and you put them right like so, and then just personal storage boxes on the bottom, and there you go. You got some groovy looking shelves. And I like the red that's in them. That's the main reason I wanted them there. So that looks really nice. And we can surround this again with the walls here, right? Of course. So boom, boom, boom. How much room do we have? One tile in the middle already. So we just do that then. We'll copy this over here in a moment. I just want to see if the M.A.M can fit. Yes. Yes, it absolutely can. Right? Right. Yep, it can. Perfect. And with that and a couple extra details, we have like the perfect little end piece for our storage room. Now that is something I am happy to walk into every day. It's so cool. Oh my goodness, I love it. This is great. You know what? Not only are these decorative, but they're also really useful because we can store all of our weird stuff that needs to be researched in the M.A.M. So that's pretty neat. Now for the other stuff though. So we need to also build the resource sink, the production stuff, yeah, all that kind of jazz. What do? Well, let's try and build the awesome sink just behind the M.A.M here. There's like a radar tower type thing on the back of it, and I love it if that could be like centered with the window. Yeah, this. Yeah, that's kind of cool. It's very unique. Oh yeah, there we go. We got it centered. Okay, hopefully it looks good from the back. Oh my God, it does. Oh, you can see like the satellite. Dude, that's wild. Oh, I gotta move it just like an inch over, but yep. What a cool idea. Oh my God, there we go. Oh my God. Why is everything just coming together? It's glorious. That is just the coolest thing, man. That is just the coolest thing. I like that so much. Oh my gosh. I'm having too much fun. This is why I play this game so much. I guess the only problem is the resource sink back here. Oh my gosh, no way. Oh wait, no, yeah. It's not centered back here properly, but like that's fine. Because you know what we can do actually? Is we can have a personal garbage bin right here. So we have this here. This will combine with all of the other like overflow stuff. It will merge together to go into here. And yeah, this can just join the whole merging process. So that now we don't have to walk all the way around. We can just go to like here on this balcony and we're good. And also we can check the awesome sink from over here too. So we never have to run like all the way around here where all the belts are gonna be. Wow. Wow, just, I'm impressing myself. This is turning out to be like the coolest. Oh my gosh, I gotta look at the view again. It just, oh man. Oh man, I thought I had peaked with how the base looked. I don't know now. This storage room, man, I don't even know. And this is just the beginning. All of our factory is gonna be like this. My mind is exploding. Okay, that is a lot of the difficult stuff though. We only have 2 more things to add in, the craft bench and the equipment workshop. And really we can kind of just throw those anywhere. And we can build multiple as well. So I just kind of use them to fill in the extra space around these corners here. So, you know, it's just not like a super plain wall. And it looks pretty decent. Nice way to finish things off here. Except, there is one more thing we have to do today. And that is to finally make this world our own. I think you all know what we're about to do. We got the color gun. And we're switching the default colors of our world to our spicy ones. Update preset, do the thing. And there we go. Oh baby, it is glorious. Glorious! Oh, this is where our Let's Play really begins. However though, that is gonna be all for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please remember to leave a like, and I hope to see you in the next one. But anyway, have a fantastic rest of your day, and bye-bye.